Hi everyone, I'm going to do Roxy's weekly challenge weeks 20 and 21 in a video. I've been doing them all off screen, and it's nice to come back and do just a impromptu one-off. I've been just making the episodes, and I think it's time for me to get my act together and do a little bit more. So Rachel had great big giant books and old books like this old mouldy old dictionary cover that I've got, and I don't have any of those big giant books, nor do I have any 17 or 1800s bits of paper, but we make do. And I thought that this one was way too thick a spine, so I thought I'd make this one the material spine. I don't know if I've done it. I actually don't think I've done a material spine. That's interesting. All right, first time for everything. So this will be fun. So that's going to be my material spine. Just tidy that up. And this one. Hope everyone's doing well. Now this has got an embossed, you can't really see it, and this is this lovely watermark, so I'm loving those. I remember a while ago I ripped up this bit of material from an old tea towel. I think I'll use it. I like it. Covers up a little bit. I might actually use something over that to highlight it and bring it out, like a bit of a rub of a gold or something. So my question is, do I want this to cover any of it? I don't think so. That's quite a wide coverage. I think I'll use Fabri-Tac. So what if I just put a little bit of glue stick here just to hold it down where I want it to be. And I can flip it over, and that will help me to see what size spine I want. I don't know that I want a really wide one, but if I do it there, and there's about roughly 2 centimeters. So if I make this 1.5 centimeters on the spine, and I'll make that another 2 centimeters, it roughly comes to that line, so I can just cut that and rip that. Wrong scissors. Oh, don't you love the sound? Now this is really long because I think what I might do is double it over to make it a bit thicker. I'll move this other book that's going to be the normal spine. Alright, 1.5 and 1.5. Now I've only just used a glue stick, so it's not stuck down fully yet. But I thought if I do one inside and one outside, it'll make that spine just a little bit stronger. Let's get the proper material scissors. That will help. That's better. I thought that when I was cutting up this tea towel, or maybe it was a small tablecloth, there was all this edging that I've saved, and I think that I might use that as a tie around the edge, around the outside. So that was worth saving for sure. All right, let's do this middle bit. Of course, get the old fabric fix happening. And if I glue a bit down the middle as well, then that fabric will join together. Come on. Slow today. It's been cold here, so it's not wanting to come out very quickly. Put some down the middle. Try and make, I was using the tip of the bottle to get that a bit thinner, otherwise it's just going to seep through. It's going to seep through anyway, but that's getting a good stick in the middle there. It's okay, I might be adding some more things. It's come through a bit on there. It's okay. I have a bit of this one that I want to put on somewhere, so that will be perfectly fine. Now I think what I'm going to do is peel back the one side where the glue stick is, and then use the fabric fix. I love the blue of this. It's very good when you can go into an op shop and just buy an old book for the colour of the cover. Alright, that's good. I'll just do this side. So what's everyone been up to? Hope you're all well. All right. I am loving that, and I'm liking leaving this top bit out. Now I'm going to fray that. I like it frayed. Love it frayed. Got to have some fraying. That's what you've got to have. Right. Now I'll have to collect some papers for this, but I thought that first off I'm going to work on, I don't know if this is a few parts or not. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a few parts. I want to work on a few of these sorts of ideas. I think if I want to make a feature of this, because I love that, it looks like it's either a bird or it's a, I think it's really hard to see without, I'll tell you how we can see. I've got a way. Where's a bit of paper? I've got a way to work out what it looks like. Come here, a bit of paper. And a pencil. Now, I mentioned this to Corinne Corrine of To Be Loved Treasures, and when she was taking pictures of the, what do you call them, the road, you know, where you have the road, the things on top of the manholes in the road. And I was saying, because it said Glenn or something like that for her husband, and I was saying to her she should have taken some rubbings, which are called frottage in France. Now, it's not. I thought it was a deer head, but now looking at it, it's like a candle with lights and some leaves, or maybe it's a very, very skinny deer head, but this is called frottage, and it's which is the French word for rubbing. And so, look at this, Modern Illustrated Home Dictionary. So I think there's something else I could do. I could, I might actually, oh, you know what? I love it. I'll just messed it up. But that's okay. Now that I've done that, I'm now thinking I'm going to make a little panel for that front bit with using frottage, but I'll use a colour and then cut it out and then stick it on. How does that sound? That sounds pretty good, I reckon. But anyway, to this, I can't put it on the front. It's a bit too big. However, I like it here on the back. So the thing about these ones is getting this fabric fix into all the little bits, so each bit sticks. Not always an easy task when there's little fiddly bits. Especially mostly worried about getting all the edges. Do wish this would flow a bit faster today. So the temperatures here, it's quite interesting because Lily talks about Queensland, you know, she just doesn't want to be here for a Melbourne winter because it can get quite cool. Well, our temperatures have been down to 7 degrees Celsius at night, and she was complaining the other day because they had a 15-degree day. So it's getting quite cool here at night. The daytime's maybe 12 degrees. I don't know. It probably sounds a bit funny when you're over the other side of the world and you're in summer. I always find that interesting, how some people are in summer and some are in winter. Just fiddly, 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 getting through on the fiddly bits here. Right, I'm not being too careful over these bits. That's way too fiddly. Right, put it down and then do those last little bits underneath. Right, love this bit of doily. Right, so we've got the edges down. Fluff everywhere. See how much of this. Right, we've got some there, some there. I think so long as we get the edge, most of these edgy bits, we're going to be fine. Get those bits through there. Excellent. There we go. Okay, I don't know what else I want to do on there, except I did find this. I was using this for something else for week 19, and I might use it on the spine, but what I might do is when I've sewn in the signatures, I might put that over the top sort of to hide them, and that's a good guide because that's kind of almost roughly the exact amount. That's pretty good. All right, so there's the first book, and now the second book, it's The Heroes, Charles Kingsley, I think it says. But look, isn't this beautiful? So these books were sort of probably 1950s. I think this might have been a bit earlier. One of my mum's old stashes. And it's already got this spine, which has got normal, so you can see it's got the normal bookbinders. That would have been like, a few people have been using this lately, the it's like the brown paper with the glue backing, and then it's got the binders tape, or binders, it's like, it's a specific material. So I'm thinking with this that it needs a bit of reinforcement perhaps if it's going to be more of a solid spine, which means I could double up some of this just to, couldn't I? I could just put that there and score it. Will it fold? No, it's just going to rip. All right, I don't want to lose this. I like that. So will I or won't I? All right, let's cut as close to that as possible. That goes with that book. And I've already started to rip that a little bit there. I think, let's have a look. It's doing the paper. Don't want to do the paper as well. Just want to keep as much of it as possible, because otherwise what would you do? You might just throw that out, and that can be in there or there, and it'll just strengthen it a little bit. Yeah, that's good. All right, let's just use Fabric Fix because it's out. No, that's annoying. Let's use what would be good solid glue. I think this one is possibly some of the Barely There art glue from Canada, which unlike the art glitter glue works really well, but once it gets cold it kind of somehow loses its I don't know, it just somehow ruins it. Let's put some of this under here as well. Put on way too much. That's all right. Smush it out and clean it up. I will probably have to put this under something while it dries, this one. So yes, Lily is studying very, very hard to finish her first semester back at uni after a year off, or maybe 6 months off. She did a class online last end of second half of last year. However, I think she's finding it fascinating, harder than she thought, interesting, and she's really enjoying the creative writing component, which she changed her minor from history to creative writing, so that's good, isn't it? So yeah, there's a lot she's learning. All right, that's going to definitely need to be pressed under something and dried. So let's put it over there. Yeah, so she's not really it's not really able to even get home for anything. I kind of like keeping a record of that, what the book was. Probably don't need this so much, but it's got that same design. Okay. Now we're going to use this. Right, so I'm just thinking of gluing that down. Put that out of the way. Glue this down. And the question is, do I want it to just be one that just wraps, which I kind of like, or do I want two bits that then just tie in a bow at the side here? Don't know, let's see. I think that it could be either. Let's have a look how it looks as a bow. See how chunky it is. Sometimes they're a bit chunky and the bows are a bit chunky. So imagine it's inside and then one's at the top and one's at the bottom, and it's tied at the side like that in a bow. So that's one way. Now, I don't mind that. In fact, I'm just thinking, when you put a wrap, which I love as well, I really love a wrap, if you want to have a feature, you're covering it up. So maybe part of the unwrapping is to enjoy seeing the feature, or maybe I do the frottage in maybe some nice crayon and put it in the inside as a end paper and just have that there. But if I do it that way, it really won't matter if I make this as a wrap, because if I'm covering that up, it doesn't matter so much, because it's sort of there as a feature, but it's not really obvious. I think I still like the bow at the side. Right, so that requires how much? I want to have enough to tie it. Let's make them super long and then we can always cut it back. So the way I'm doing it, I'm going to have to use the fabric fix. It's already gone to the bottom of the, oh, there it is. All right. I was just going to say it's already gone to the bottom of the thing. All right, and this is made even more secure when we put an end paper over the top. All right, they're going to have to dry. How long are we going to make it? Let's make them relatively long to start with. Right, so there's one. And let's see, I can imagine that what we want to do is have it at the same kind of spot. So that's there. I quite like on this one, just this is being nitpicky, but on this one I've put it so the seam is facing inwards. So I think I'll do the same with this one. Similar. Oops. Clean that up. So there's going to be an end paper over that now, so this is going to need to dry as well. Just want to keep that. Let's see how this is going. Still feels a bit damp, so I wouldn't be putting anything into this, but now what I need to do is start to collect the pages for my signature. I wonder if I want to do anything else. I could quite like this on the back. I really want something else on the front, but I think that the feature of this, it's been obviously damp or wet or mouldy at some point. It's been used by someone to put their ink bottle on. It's actually, I don't know, it's quite adorable, isn't it, really, as it is? Maybe the feature will just be the end papers. And maybe it's okay that it's just like that. And we'll have some of this either on there or on the spine. Oh, we could have a bit, oh yes, I like that, okay. Just got sold. Straighten that. Do I want it to, right now, there's always questions, we're always saying, what do I want to do next with this? I think, what if it goes only to there, or what if it goes, I think it looks a bit more in line with that if it goes right to the edges. Because then I can decide later if I want to trim these back a bit, and they'll trim all together. All right, how are we going to get this down? Fabric fix. Just run a bead along there while this is faffing around getting these bits done. Got to get enough glue on so as it definitely sticks. Alright, let's get it straight. Oh, I love it. Love it. Every time I just add a little thing that I love, it's like falling in love all over again. All right, I'm going to just do this so I make sure I'm not gluing it to anything. That glue will have to dry on that bit unless I find some more embellishing, but I don't know. I think that the end papers inside are going to be enough for this. Now, maybe I'll just give it a wipe. Shut the fabric fix, fabric glue. Okay, so there's my covers. Are they all finished, ready to go? That's ready to have the signatures put in, ready to sort out what kind of signature. Now, you know that the thing that I really, there's another dictionary page, that might be good. I still need to do my jelly plate episode, and I think that this could be a little series that I'm going to do, that means I have to do the jelly plating and then let them dry to have the end papers. Yes. All right. So I'm not quite sure how long this has been, but I think let's just do this in parts, so it allows these things to all dry, allows me to go and collect bits and pieces, but I'll do it daily, I think. So these will be uploaded daily as I go. Yes. All right. Well, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.